What is Gucci YouTube? It's your boy Black Uchiha, 3 long face, skinny body. And we are back, still black, with some more fire Boruto manga related content. You already know the dealio. Before we hop into the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Smash that like button, share the video with your friends, and let's hop to the business. Just Sirski.
9 mountains and 8 seas make one world. 1,000 worlds make one chiliocosm. 1 chiliocosm to the power of 3, and there's nothing I can't cut.
Boruto chapter 25 left a lot to be desired and actually answered a lot of questions, right? What is Kurama and Himawari doing? That's the questions I've been having for the last year and a half, right? Where is Momoshiki? That's the question we've been having for the last 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Going further beyond that, is Boruto actually about to return to the village after understanding how the events of chapter 24 ended post Boruto and Kawaki in their respective regards against Juro? We see how things have suddenly started to die down. Chapter 25 is a cool down period. Not too much. It's just more like a calm before the storm, because it's like they just came from going through all these crazy things. They just had a wild mission. Cut the hidden sand some break. Gara the Kazakage is in a comatose. Shinki, their #1 top prodigy and possibly best fighter in the village, is NIA. You know what I'm saying? He has to get healed and recover. Yodo's dead. You feel me? So cut them some slack. And then the Hidden Leaf, we got a whole enough of problems on our own. So now, in the cut, in the corner, in the midst of all of this going down, this whole entire Sarada and Sumire admitting their feelings for Boruto, Boruto making a deal with the devil, literally, Himawari training with the devil, literally. In the midst of all of this, peep, bro, I really peep. They talking about some Shikamaru as being called to a meeting with the elders? What's going down? You feel me? Like, it's a lot of stuff going down in chapter 25. And it's a smooth chapter, which is what makes it so great. I'm not expecting another Bijou Bomb blast to go off this chapter, right? It's not just constant action, action, action. We need story to build upon that action, action, action. And we've been having action, action, action the last 4 chapters. So a great way to open off the 3rd-year run, officially, chapter 25 of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. Nothing but, chat, help me out, plethora, a lot of information, nothing but a lot of information and a whole lot of plot doors opening up, right? So we start off the chapter, of course. Everybody's seen the leaks when they first dropped it. And also, it's like limbo period. It's one of those limbo months because they leaked the entire chapter, motherfucking like 5 days before the chapter actually dropped. So everybody's been sitting on this information. Half of niggas dropping video reviews, other half of niggas talking about some wait for official context. It's just a whole bunch of chaos going on in the community. But we understand exactly how the chapter opens off. My guy, Konohamaru, not technically my guy, you know, it's just part of the lingo, but my guy, Konohamaru, what's the name? He's out here freeing Moegi, and everybody's standing in the background in suspense, waiting to see if she comes back as Moegi or she possibly comes back as something else. And Konohamaru's trying to double down, like, do you know who I am, Moegi? Like, are you Moegi? What's going down? And she screams his name twice, not scream, but calls him name out as she's passing out in his arms. And once we get back into the hospital, Sakura do her mumbo jumbo chakra healing magic. She's basically like, yo, Moegi is malnourished. She needs food and rest. Those are the 2 main things. Her bones are good. Her muscles is good. It's really just the chakra flow. And now he's giving me a head scratcher. We've all been speculating, bro, these niggas in the trees gonna come back crazy, possibly renewed memories. But most of the people, I'm on the renewed memory side, and most of the fans like they coming back stronger than ever. We don't get no power-ups. All they need to do is eat a couple of Thunder Burgers and start flowing that chakra back. But then my guy Sasuke been stuck in this tree for 2 years. So you telling me, bro, he's about to come back damn near skinny as Black Uchiha? Like, I don't really get it, man. But hey, we're gonna keep our fingers crossed. Hopefully Hidari pulls out some mumbo jumbo trickiness. But for the most part, to our understanding, Shinki came back, Moegi came back, and they both need bed rest, right? So that's the sum of the matter. If you don't get bit by the tree, it's not a secret way to get a power up. No, nigga, they taking your life force and they taking this thing expeditiously, right? So we move past that and we understand that Sarada is out here talking to Sumire. They about to come clean about all of these different things that they've been revealing about their feelings. And this is what I say, chat. We're gonna have a whole separate video on this because it's a whole different type of dynamic to approach, especially within this chapter. But Sarada, this is the first step, and she herself admits it, right? She says she likes Boruto, but she's basically saying at the end of the entire rant that she gives to Sumire of her, lying to herself, not admitting her feelings, feeling like her wanting to be Hokage, and anything other than that was just a distraction to that goal, which is a callback to her Chia-esque nature, right? Because you so one-dimensional and one-minded, and it kind of tracks with how Sasuke possibly thought, how Madara came to think, and eventually how Obito came to think. Now, obviously, in a watered down and lesser degree, Sarada isn't evil. She isn't trying to naturally reform the world to her ideals or beliefs, but in the same sense where her goal is so one-tracked and one-minded, anything other than that is basically seen as a distraction and not necessary. Sasuke told Sakura, "You think I have time for love?" Obito told Kakashi, "You really think I started this war over a girl?" A lot of people will beg to differ, but Obito was still one-tracked and one-sided in his mind. We don't even think Madara ever even had the time to mention anything about a love life. So these niggas gotta go. They know for a fact it's time to get busy, but then Sarada comes to the realization these feelings, not only do they make her stronger, but deep inside, she feels like I can be an amazing Hokage. Like, I really feel like this desire to want to be with Boruto, protect him, be at his side, to be strong enough to do things for him, makes me think I can be possibly the greatest Hokage there is. And I'm here to tell you now, shout out to Queen Sarada. She's going to be the Hokage of Hokages. It's going to be a hard and tall task to surpass this guy Naruto, not just in terms of power. I'm talking about in terms of legacy. I'm talking about in terms of influence. But I'm telling you, Sarada's name is going to start ringing bells, and her reach is going to go beyond the expansion, right? But she's coming to all of these realizations, and like I said, first step. This is the first look at the new Sarada. Our first understanding of how a Sarada who's not afraid of her own emotions, and a Sarada who's not afraid to speak up of what she feels inside, be it romantically, be it just with friendships, or be it just in general how she feels towards a certain situation. This Sarada is the first time we get to see this Sarada, and we see the first step she takes. She takes the initiative. She apologizes to Sumire, despite how made some feel like Sumire should have apologized, right? She clears things off in the air, and then she lets niggas know, I like Boruto. It's time to get busy, and I'm gonna be the Hokage. So very, very, very amazing character development for Sarada, and a lot more to talk about, especially in the separate videos, and especially with the connection with Ada, because you see how she's peeping, you see how she's out here. You know what I'm saying? It ties into basically Ada's true nature and how she affects the story and personality-wise. She got these crazy powers, but she's so concerned with something as minuscule as the love life between two teenage peers that are in her vicinity, right? So a lot of interesting things in that regard. But then, like I said, man, my guy Kurama comes back, and he's out here. I wanted them to bring back Kurama in a sense of Himawari, your real brother is Boruto Uzumaki. This nigga Kawaki's a fraud. This nigga, I don't know. They doing it on purpose for getting any type of information regarding the current state of affairs within the ninja world. It's they're not talking about it. In terms of them, I'm talking about Himawari and Kurama, so we don't know what his current stance is, right? I brought up previously on the channel the fact that Jura knows Kawaki as Kawaki Uzumaki, but then he refers to Kawaki as being obsessed over Naruto, something that he should associate with Boruto, lets me to believe he's following the track of history, so he's not necessarily affected by omnipotence. He understands the truth, but it's just that somewhere down the line, they started calling him from Kawaki to Kawaki Uzumaki, and he's just running with it because at the end of the day, it doesn't affect him. So similarly, right, obviously with Kurama, this nigga been with Naruto for damn near 20 plus years. So he should come out saying not only, yes, where's Naruto, but why the fuck are we treating Kawaki like he's Boruto and not Boruto like he's Boruto, in a similar regard? But no, they're just focusing on training, and I'm not mad at it, right? And you also know what I'm not mad at? The fact that Naruto's children came up in the ninja world and said, fuck everything, we're gonna be powerful, we're gonna be cold, but one thing for sure, if not anything of the other two, we're gonna be fly as fuck. So shout out to Himawari's new outfit change because she's fly as fuck. I'm rocking with the Kurama mix with the sunflower S type design on her shirt, and then you got the sun pattern on her pants. Hard, cold, one glove on some Michael Jackson type vibes. She's matching her brother Boruto. Probably a nod to her finding out the truth from this nigga Kurama. We don't know, because why the hell are you just wearing one glove, Himawari? But I'll tell y'all this, Naruto kids know how to put that shit on, right? So she's fly. She's out here getting bodied and pieced up by Kurama while he's trying to explain to her, gee, you the embodiment of chakra. You are chakra in human form. Think of yourself as that. I would say you're a Jinchuriki, but even less like a Jinchuriki and even less like a human. You're more closer to me and Jura. And it ties back to what Jura told Himawari when he was piecing her up back in their fight in chapter 11, right? He's like, it's crazy you're healing so fast. I wouldn't even say you're a Jinchuriki. You're more closer to us Bijou. You're similar to me. So this is the second confirmation that we have confirming that Himawari is essentially different. From the ground up, fundamentally, things are not the same. Whether it be Naruto, Kushina, Killer Bee, this nigga Gaara, or whatever 4 tails, 5 tails, or 6 tails Jinchuriki we're gonna pull up from the past in the history or the novel. But Himawari is one of one. It's not gonna be the same. The development won't be the same, and the potential obviously won't be the same, which is why she has the potential to be top dog within this verse. And I don't think that's crazy. When I mean top dog, like top 3 and not 3, possibly even the strongest within the verse, just the way they're building it right now. I love it. Now, as for her development and how they're going to progress her power, I don't know. Whether she get 9-tail forms, I'm not going to be a fan of it. Aesthetically, I think the form she showed against Jura is beautiful enough on its own. Maybe you can use her hair to like add some like to make it look like fox ears, but she doesn't need a chakra cloak. I just think she needs more power. And whatever Kurama is trying to beat into her brain, hopefully she gets a hold of it sometime soon. But she's out here training, and sad as it is, my guy Boruto's still out here masking his chakra so he can't be detected. Watching his little sister from afar because he can't necessarily implement himself into these things that are going down, but it gives him an idea. Hey, she training, let me holla at my inner demon, you know what I'm saying? And there it is, we finally see my guy Big Momoshiki Otsutsuki chilling in the most hysterical way ever. He's out here just like, bro, Boruto, you got shot in the chest in chapter 13, you didn't die. You damn near got stabbed through the stomach in chapter 23, you still didn't die. Like, when are you gonna die, my guy? He's out here regretting bringing this man back to life against Kawaki because he's like, if I known this would have been an outcome, and mind you, Otsutsuki can live for thousands of years. This only been 3. He's been chilling in this dark dimension by himself. He's like, this is the true definition of despairing, Boruto. Like, what are you doing here? What do you want from me? And he's like, Boruto's like, yeah, let me your power. Help me take down Jura. Help me out. And Momoshiki doesn't even entertain the. He said, get out of here, bro, leave. And you know, if he had the power to kick him out the psyche, he probably would have, because he cut it short right then and there. Eyes are still closed. The only time Momoshiki gazes his glance at Boruto is finally Boruto makes the revelation. If we can take down Jura, which is an interesting transition based off of the official translation, and we know in the text it's like, lend me your power, and then if you can take down Jura. However, we know, he says, if we can take down Jura, I will give you this body. You know, pause. He's like, hey, it's all yours. And Momoshiki finally he's like, you know, so I'm thinking, I don't know. So it's like, it fits into the narrative. What do you give a man that's this desperate? Like, well, what does he do with the opportunity of a lifetime? Does he actually double down on his stances, like not wanting to live? As soon as he gains control and he tries to off himself, which would be crazy and take depression to a whole nother level. Boruto's the first MC to have a demon inside of him, try to terrorize him, and actually make the demon depressed and beg for death throughout the rest of the series. Like, it's actually crazy out here. So does Momoshiki pop back up and he has suicidal thoughts? Or does he pop back up and actually goes on a rampage and says, you know what, this is the opportunity I've been waiting for, right? Maybe he has a trouble of gaining control of Boruto's mind, but once in control, he's be able to fight Boruto off if Boruto tries to regain control, as opposed to actually trying to gain control over Boruto, if that makes sense. It's going to be interesting, right? It's going to be very interesting, and I think Momoshiki should take the deal. And people are trying to say Boruto is the kind of guy, right? I'm going to explain this real as clear as I can. Amato, I know just a 180, right? I just said Amato, but Amato's the kind of guy to create a problem and then present a solution and take credit for it. Ada said the exact same thing, verbatim, word for word, within the first part. She's like, you're taking credit for fixing problems that you originally started, right? So Boruto is out here making deals. And people are probably looking at the deal, right? And it's happened multiple times throughout Two Boruto. It's like, what is Boruto thinking doing this? What is Boruto thinking by saying this? What is Boruto thinking by, but it's because he already made a previous deal to contingency plan for the deal that we see him currently making. So it's always a backup plan when it comes to this guy Boruto. So if we see him saying or doing something questionable, keep in mind, he probably already came up with the contingency in order to cover up for the fact that he's about to do this stupid thing, right? So he's popping up on the battlefield against Jiro. Well, because we know a couple days ago he begged Kawaki. He's like, bro, just get your limiters removed and pull up to the hidden sand. So now he's on a gamble. He's like, I hope this nigga Kawaki listen, right? Because now he's telling Kashikoji, what's gonna happen if Konohamaru, you know what I'm saying, if I don't help Konohamaru, if I don't help Sarada. See, he's making plans behind plans, and everybody's looking like, what's going on? So I already know. He's telling Momoshiki, help me take down Jura. We're gonna be able to do this. You're gonna have my body. Why is he saying that? Because he already told Kawaki, bro, we're gonna take down Jura. It's gonna happen. And if Momoshiki takes over my body, then kill me after. If that's real funny, Boruto, because now we see you're actually out here willingly trying to give your body to Momoshiki. So the cards are on the table. Boruto has his faith either in the fact that he might be able to have a contingency plan to prevent Momoshiki from fully taking over, or put all faith and trust in Kawaki in that once they take down Jura, Kawaki would be able to take advantage and eventually kill Momoshiki and eventually kill Boruto. So it's going to be interesting to see how the deal actually pans out. Chapter 25, amazing calm down chapter, a lot of plot pushing, and that's the type of stuff that I like. So let me know how y'all feel about the chapter. Overall, what are your thoughts, comments, concerns? Big Momoshiki, big Kurama, two of the most exciting things for me this chapter, and of course, you already know the queen, Sarada Uchiha. It's your boy Black Uchiha 3-1 fan, skinny body. Let me know how y'all feel. Boruto 2 Blue Words, chapter 25 with straight gas. Holla at your boy. To my next video, I'm gonna holla at y'all. Black Uchiha out. Yes, sir.